video games.
What's up, everybody?
We're here to talk about them. Welcome to the Lazy Jay-Z show. Are we calling it a show or is it a podcast?
Both is fine.
The Lazy Jay-Z show, episode 002. It's been what, 14 days? 14 days since our last episode. A lot has happened in the industry. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to do all the thinking for you today. We're going to talk about things we've seen, people we've experienced. That sounds weird.
That sounds a little quite weird.
We didn't experience people. I didn't experience. Maybe I experienced people.
Yeah, we all experience people on a day-to-day basis.
Sometimes I don't want to experience people. So. Sometimes I get pissed when I gotta experience people, dude.
I hear that.
So I had a bad time.
What's up, man? Talk to me.
I had a bad time. And let me pull up the calendar here because it matters. I want people to be able to dox me if necessary. I had a bad time. I had a good time, and then I had a bad time in Virginia, the city of lovers.
Is that what it's called? The city of lovers?
I think it's a city of lovers. Let's
First off, Virginia is a state.
Virginia, the city of lovers, is it? Or the state of lovers? Let me look that up.
I think was that not Paris?
Virginia is for lovers. I'm sorry, internet. Virginia is for lovers.
Wow.
See that right there.
So much for brotherly love in Philly.
So Virginia's got Philly beat on trash. I went to Virginia with my partner. We went there. Let me just look this up here. About 2 weeks ago, from the 20th to the 23rd or something like that. Basically Wednesday through Saturday. And my experience with Virginia is I had fun when I wasn't in Virginia. So that's my experience in Virginia. Don't go to Virginia. For the love of God, if you're gonna, just don't go to Virginia. I don't care if I get hate after this.
Shout out to our Virginia audience.
Shout out to the Virginia audience. My God, I don't know how anybody lives there.
Wow. I
went to Virginia, to Elizabeth City, which granted is probably not the best place in the world, but that's where I was at for my Airbnb. And it was fine enough. I had the most fun in Nags Head, North Carolina, which is like a more down key, a more low key, sort of beach town. Again, it's actually in North Carolina. It connects to Virginia, and we went to the beach, we ate some seafood. I went to Virginia Beach. I immediately had a terrible time.
At the beach?
I'm just not a crowd dude. I'm getting old, man.
I hear some really good things about Virginia Beach. I've never been or know anything about it, but I hear people talk about it all the time.
I went to that beach, and again, we might be spoiled here because, the Puerto Rican beaches, you can't really compare those things. So I try not to do that. I try not to compare. So I wasn't comparing off of that. I was just comparing about how, packed it was. It was really annoying. Compared to, Nags Head, it was packed, but was
it a free-to-play beach? Did you have to pay to get in?
It was the multiverses of beaches, I would say. it was the Fortnite of beaches. I prefer the pay experience of the Nags Head. Nags Head is more like the Super Smash Brothers of beaches, I would say. So that wasn't, that was actually, all things aside, I actually had a pleasant time. Then I got back home on Sunday, had one day to myself on Monday, and then immediately from Tuesday to Saturday, again the following week, I went to, it was a work thing for my day job, and I went to a training from Tuesday to Saturday. Now I want to break this series of events down for you because it's really important. Almost every detail that I tell you from now on, this is actually where the hell starts, is actually very important. Okay. My training was on a Wednesday. I decided I'm going to get there on Tuesday. I'm going to get there ahead one day early so that I'm not going there on Wednesday.
Rushing and shit.
Fucking none of that shit. I don't got to do none of that. I'm going to go on Tuesday, get settled, and then on Wednesday, I'll do what I got to do for the training for this job.
Okay.
So I get there early on Tuesday. Tuesday, I want to say ahead of time, not the problem child of this week. Tuesday was the only day that was semi-normal. I got there, I got my rental, I got to this hotel, this haunted, horrible hotel. It was a Marriott. I forget the city.
Marriotts aren't even bad.
No, they're not. But this one, this one was pretty bad. So I get there for about 2 hours, and I was like, I'm not getting any work done. Like, I'm not actually going to get any work done right now. I'm gonna go to a bar. Went to a bar. I made some friends.
Okay.
I went to this bar called Crossroads. To set the tone for you, the dude that it was a billiards bar, you can smoke indoors and whatever. And I was like, okay, degenerate bar. I like a degenerate bar every now and then. Let's fucking do it. You meet some characters in there, fuck it.
Looked up some Yelp reviews.
Yeah, it was like, this is where all the bad people go. And I was like, fuck it, let's go here. So it was like a 2-minute drive. Really, the only reason I went is because it's a 2-minute drive from my hotel. And I don't know where the fuck I was at. So I went there. The dude that was sitting next to me, here's his rap. He got in a car accident right at the parking lot of the Crossroads, like a couple months back. Got a DUI because he hit a car and basically tried to leave, and it just so happens that a cop just happened to be at the parking lot when he did it. So he got into this thing. Oh, and by the way, he would, as he's drinking, his sort of catchphrase was, "Yeah, man, we gotta get the drinking, man, bang bang." That was his. He would end everything with bang bang, and I thought he was amazing. So I was
like a fucking King of the Hill character.
This dude was definitely, yeah. So like, whatever. His rap was that he tried to basically do a hit and run in the same parking lot that he's drinking at, and then he got a DUI. He's got his license taken away, and since then he just takes Ubers to this bar instead, and he just gets wrecked at this bar, and he takes Ubers. And then on that same day, he had a date there that was going to meet him at the bar. You should never take anybody to this bar for a date. I'm just trying to express the level of debauchery and sadness going on in this place that I was eating some very mediocre chicken tenders. So I stay there for an uncomfortable amount of time. The dude convinces me to take a shot because he's just going down a spiral of sadness, and he wanted to bring me with him. How he approached
you like, you gotta take a shot, man, bang bang.
No, that's pretty damn accurate, actually. That's pretty damn accurate. So it's not like he held me at gunpoint, but I felt like I unwillingly took this Jack Daniel's shot that I didn't want to take, but fuck it, he's buying it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm there for probably like 2 hours, just slowly realizing I'm getting slammed.
Mm-hmm.
And then this other dude was like, yo, man, like, there's like this bar that's like 2 minutes away. It's this like little hole in the wall Mexican joint, and they got a jukebox, and you can play some Bad Bunny. And I was like, let's go. I want to play some Bad Bunny. I'm tired of this shit. Let's get the fuck out of here. So I didn't ride with him, but I followed the dude. So I get to this spot. It's called Two Amigos. And when you enter the spot, it looks just like a basic, like, it just, let me actually pull this up while I'm talking about it. It looks like a basic Mexican restaurant. It's very unsuspecting. Like, when you look at it, you don't really think.
Does it give off like that cantina vibe?
Yeah. So like, you don't really think much of it. And let me I actually found the picture, and it's perfectly blurry too. This makes it even better. You see this guy right here?
Yeah.
So around next to the ATM machine is this secret hallway that leads actually to a bar in the back with a jukebox, and it could fit like a total of 10 people, and it was awesome. I actually had a good time there, right? So that's not, again, Tuesday, not the issue. 2 a.m, I'm making my way back to the hotel. I get to the hotel. Now this detail is gonna matter. I drop my phone on the way to the hotel room, and I'm like, it's just a phone. I pick it up. I didn't really look at it. I go to my hotel room. I can't fucking open the door. It's 2 a.m. I go to the reception guy.
They had that annoying fucking key that you swipe and insert and does nothing.
It just jack shit. It's just mocking me. It's like, it's 2 a.m, you dumbass. The fucking thing is just mocking the shit out of me.
Oh, that's so annoying.
So I go to the reception guy, This dude's laid out. Just like, now granted, it's 2 a.m. So I get it. Life ain't glamorous. This dude's working at a hotel thing at 2 a.m. So I'm not going to give him too much shit, but I'm like, yo, hey, can you open my door? And then this guy gets up and like instantly, without hesitation, has the most passive serial killer smile I've ever seen. He's just like, yes, of course, sir. And I'm like, oh man, what the hell, bro? He takes me to room 149. I will never forget this 149, cursed. I will never get in a hotel this 149 ever again in my life. I'm going to speed this up because I don't want to take up the entire time talking about this. I'm at this point, I've introduced you to the area. Now I'm just going to give you the bullet points.
No, you set the tone pretty well. You set the stage.
We're trying to get in the door. We can't get in the door. He goes, I'll be right back. And he leaves. He just leaves me alone. And I'm like, he doesn't tell me.
He tried to get you in and he fucked up too. He failed.
And then he leaves. It's like 2 a.m. And I'm like, oh shit. So now I'm just out here like a dumbass trying to get this door open. Mind you, just because it says 149 doesn't mean it's the first floor. It's actually the second floor. So
right.
I actually finally get the thing to click. I open it. The top lock's on, as if someone's been in my fucking room. The same room with a Steam Deck and a laptop and my personals, right?
What's going on?
I don't know who got in this room. And I'm freaking out.
How lit are you at this point?
I'm like much more sober. I'm like way more sober because I've been trying to like, you know, deal with this for like 45 minutes at this point. So like I'm not really drunk anymore. And I'm just tired and frustrated.
Fucking disaster.
It was awful. In the process, this is gonna matter. In the process of me trying to like jimmy out the top lock because this dude's not showing up, I like severely cut like my thumb here and I'm bleeding. Right when I cut my thumb, this dude comes back and he's like, "Oh, you got it open." He doesn't tell me anything after that. He looks at the door. He looks at me. Did you climb out the window? No! Why would I climb out of the window? And he was like, well, there's no way for it to be open. And I'm like, yo, you got to get me in my room, dude. I'm going to die. So he calls up.
He climbs up the window.
he hits up. He hits his facilities dude up. And he's like, he's going to come over here. It takes him like another 45 minutes. I fall asleep in the lobby. He eventually gets the door open. I don't get into that hotel room till 4. My training's at 9. Let's fast forward. I wake up at 8. My alarm on my phone is going off. I'm like, oh, shit. It's time to get up, baby. Let me grab my phone. How come I can't see my phone? I can't see anything on my phone, bro. Nothing on my phone is actually working. The actual software and the sound is going through, but the screen, I dropped the phone earlier. I didn't look at it. I actually fucked up my entire screen.
You have no case? Did you have a case?
Yeah. So, rip phone in a territory that I don't know, and I'm a millennial. You think I know how to read a map? I don't know how to read a goddamn map. I'm done.
You gotta use Hey Siri. Who the fuck uses Hey Siri?
I'm like done. I didn't even that actually didn't even come to mind. That's a good point. I did not even think of that. So like, I'm like, all right, well, I guess I gotta go to the receptionist. I still have my work laptop, and I'm like, I need you to get a taxi. I need to go here. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna get dressed and whatever.
You got a taxi by laptop?
Yeah. Well,
is there like a Uber.com? Like, what's going on?
I didn't do any of the ordering. The receptionist lady called the cab to.
Oh.
So I would have. I don't know if there's an app for that or not, but I get ready. Dude takes me there. Takes about another 30 minutes for me to get to this goddamn area. Mm-hmm. I get there. I'm like, yo, I know it's 9:30. I got a 9 a.m. I got this course I got to take. And he's just typing away.
Quiet types.
Quiet type. Not making any eye contact with me. Just typing away. I'm getting fucking nervous because nothing's working out for me. And like, after 2 minutes of this, I'm like, hey, we all good? And he's like, sir, this class is 100% remote. There's no reason for you to be here.
Y'all know in Virginia.
What am I doing here? What am I doing in this place?
Oh hell no, bro! I'm gonna need some compensation at that point. Something.
Yo, so I leave. I'm like, I can't even talk to you right now. I can't even make eye contact with you. I just stared at the sun blankly. Then I went back in and I'm like, I need you to call me a cab, dude. Just call me a cab. Just take me back to the hotel. And then the manager guy comes out and he's like, hey, like, how did we get this confusion? I don't want to bore you with the details, but all my company did the right things. I got a confirmation email saying, here's the location where your like training's going to be at. And then like the Tuesday that I was there, basically the day before the training, I got an email saying, yo, we changed it over to remote.
Wow.
So I was like, I'm gonna spare you my interactions with this guy, but it was not nice. I was very angry.
Oh my god.
So like I go and I'm at this point, I can't even vent to my friends. I'm just like, I've never felt so alone in my life because like not having a phone now is like actually huge. It's actually like weirdly a big deal. Like imagine just not having your phone and you don't know where you're at. Like it's just all.
Did you get a new phone while you were in Virginia? Or you had to like wait the whole time.
I called a coworker of mine because we got like phones for days where I work at, and I was like, I need you to overnight me a phone, and he did. The phone situation was gonna get fixed overnight, but like right now, it's not even the phone issue anymore. It's like I'm in Virginia for no reason. Nothing. There's no reason for me to be in this goddamn place. So I'm just there. I go back and I'm like so mad. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna get any work done. I'm just gonna
go. And then right before you get back on the plane, you see the guy at the bar and he's like, bang bang.
So like, I'm like, all right, well, like, let me try to change. Like, let me get some sleep first because I'm just broken as a human being. I need to like sleep. I can't even focus on this class.
That fucking sucks, dude.
I need to go to sleep. I try to go back in my hotel room. Guess what happened? I can't open the door again.
Oh my god.
I can't open the door again. So like, the dude comes in and they actually fix it quick this time. And I just
was the same, like the inside lock was on again?
No, this one was just the card.
Oh,
this
just
time.
the little fucking card. Oh man.
In the first one, I'm pretty sure somebody just broke into my room. Like the first one. This one, the card wasn't working. So like, I fall asleep hard, like just tired, hungover from the previous day, and just tired of this day. I woke up and I realized my bed looks like I murdered somebody. I was bleeding from my thumbs, and so it like I didn't notice it because I was in a rush. Dude, it looks like I was just wrestling somebody all over my bed because I'm assuming like when you drink, you bleed more. So like, I was just bleeding all over, and I'm like, what else did I touch? I look at the curtains. I look at the shower curtains because I closed the curtains to not have the light go in. I went to the shower. So everything looks awful, and I'm like, it looks like I just killed somebody.
You just turn on your Detective Max Payne vision. Like,
I got the Witcher vision and shit. Like, oh, Griffin was here. That shit, that was awful. So like, I was like, I'm gonna go to sleep in my own blood, and then I'm going to wake up, and I'm gonna tell them that like, you got to get me out of this room.
What the fuck is up with room service? They didn't give you fresh sheets.
I was just, but when I got there,
is room service a premium option in Virginia?
No, well, they told me the first time I got there, they told me that, hey, if you want like room service, you got to tell us 24 hours in advance. That's what they told me.
What kind of Marriott bullshit?
I don't know, dude. I have no idea. This is some Hills Have Eyes stay. I don't know what the fuck was happening. So like, then I took my nap, and then I was like, I need to change rooms. I went to the receptionist. There was like 8 people behind me. And then
in front of you?
Yeah. I got there, and then right when I got there, just like people just started piling up, and I'm like, this is perfect because she's not gonna want to deal with me, right? So like, I must have looked insane because I just got out of a nap. Like, there was like a little bit of blood on my fucking shirt because like I didn't have a Band-Aid, and I was like using the shirt. I look nuts.
Yeah.
And then the lady's like, "Sir, what's hi?"
Seems to be the problem.
And I was like, you need to get me out of that room. And he was like, she's like, sir, what's going on? She just got like full panic. I pretty much told her, I need you to move me to whatever the room, whatever's the logistic polar opposite of room 149. I need you to just fucking put me wherever that is. I don't care if you put me in the boiler room. I don't give a damn. Just get me away. This room is cursed. So she didn't fight me. She moved me. It's actually like the next day I stayed in this room, and the next day I actually attended my classes. Right at this point, it's Thursday. I actually attended my classes, and it's 10 megabit per second down, 1 megabit per second up. Fucking hotel Wi-Fi.
I sure went to a fucking Starbucks.
I got that done. Halfway through it, I'm like, thought the same thing you were thinking. I'm gonna go to a cafe because I got to get out of this hellhole.
Yeah.
I go to my rental. Somebody fucking clipped the bumper on the rental, and now the bumper is just wrecked. And then I'm like
fucked? Like totally fucked, or just like scratched?
It's just like cracked in the middle. I got a picture
Wow.
of it. It's just done. I had to call then I had to call my company, and I'm like, bro,
Oh shit.
somebody hit my car. I asked the hotel people, and they're like, well, we don't got any cameras in the front. Like, we don't got cameras out in the parking lot.
Of course you don't. You're like, of course you don't have no fucking
That's
cameras.
exactly my reaction. He was like, yeah, because this is a parking show in Rick's hotel. And I'm like, no, what was I thinking? Of course you didn't have this. Can I just kill someone outside and it's fine? I could shoot your windows and nobody would be able to prove this.
Apparently they have people climb in your windows to your fucking rooms.
And it's okay.
You're just locking doors and running into fucking cars.
I had to go to the Fairfax Police Department to file a police report because then I had to
catch a cab all the way over there.
No. At this point, I had my phone. Remember, they overnighted the phone.
Okay.
So, like, I went to the Fairfax Police Department. I got that done. I got back in time to continue my classes, and then I did the stuff with the company. I'm like, here's a police record. Put it to your insurance. It's not on me. Every single time I go like, whew, okay, all the bad stuff is over. I could just focus. Every time I take a deep breath, something bad happens. At this point, I don't trust anything. Thursday night is about to be over, and I'm like, oh no, COVID.
Feel it coming. You feel like that pre-sickness throat feeling. I know what you mean.
The minute that I got that, I was like, it's over for me. I woke up the next day. I totally had COVID. I had 105-degree fever. I went through all of my classes. Well, I did the last day of the classes that Friday from 8 to 12. Died in bed from 12 to 8 p.m. And in panic, in a weird fever dream, I picked up my phone, and I'm like, I got to get the fuck out of here. And then I like got a fucking airport, got an American airline ticket for 4:45 in the morning to get the hell out, because I was afraid that I was gonna get sicker and then get stuck in this Mad Max universe that I was stuck in. Like, I was just super horrified. So I just went home, and then I suffered through COVID. And then guess what? Sick as fuck on Sunday. Took the cert, passed it.
Hey,
Passed it.
I ain't gonna let a little COVID stop me.
I need my money. My main motivation here was like, well, the company is gonna give me some money, so whatever, I'll do it. But it was
Company
awful.
they owe you a goddamn vacation.
I need like a fully paid, like a top of the line 5-star echelon therapist. It was bad, dude. I started acting like a prisoner and shit. Like, I would do like 3 hours of studying, and then I'm like, it's time to walk around the grounds. And I knew the layout of the hotel like really well. They told me the pool wasn't open. I swear to God, I heard splashing. Like, I was just like shit was, I was just hearing shit, and it was just weird, man. It was just a really weird Virginia trip. I'm sorry to basically start the 20 minutes of this podcast with this.
No, that's
but
hilarious.
I feel like
It's
I needed to
fucked up.
share this. I feel like someone can take this story and make like a creepypasta internet story out of it.
Yeah, it's like a good like short story, little micro novel, and somewhere in this.
My imagination is that there was a tiny little gremlin just ruining my life. You know what I mean? Just like, and fuck your bumper, and fuck your phone, and fuck your door, and just like fucking me up so that eventually
Sprinkle some COVID in your mouth while you're sleeping.
and then by the end of it, he makes me look crazy. Because when you start thinking about the series of events, I'm making a scene at the receptionist's office. There's blood all over the hotel. There's an accident involved that I'm trying to cover up. You know what I mean? You can just spin that into
the police department.
Like, it looks nuts. So whoever this gremlin
Like, oh, why
was,
don't you just call and complain? Well, my phone broke the previous night.
oh, okay. There just happens to be no cameras. it just all seemed like I was gonna die. I really thought it was over for me.
Man.
So that was my Virginia experience.
that's like top 3 most fucked up shit I've heard this year.
It was awful. I felt like I was getting comboed by the Mike Tyson of karma. I was just getting my ass fucking handed to me.
Jesus.
But I made it alive, and I played some video games. Please regale us with a better version of traveling stories. I know you did some traveling.
Oh yeah, my traveling story was the complete opposite of that shit. I had a
Please.
wonderful time.
Cleanse this palate.
I prepared my so like what was the weekend of the 23rd and 24th? Went to New Orleans, Louisiana. Had a fucking blast for 4 days. Was it 3 nights? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, 4 days and 3 nights. Got an Airbnb out there with 2 homies and my sister. And yeah, I mean the initial flight there kind of sucked because Louisiana is like a 3-hour trip from New Jersey by plane. So whatever, 3 hours goes by pretty damn fast. But then once we got there, literally once my fucking plane landed at the airport, what's it called? MSY. There was this crazy fucking storm that literally came out of nowhere, and like the outside. This was a Friday. This was the 23rd. I want to say the 23rd. Let me see the calendar. July 20. It was the 22nd. And there's a rule for like safety reasons. You're not allowed to work outside in the airport, like on the ramp. And these are the guys that they park the plane and shit and get the plane prepared. And it was a crazy fucking lightning storm and rain. So it's a terrible combination. And I'm like, really? Like as soon as I fucking land, this shit's here. I'm texting my mom because she's about to pick me up outside. And she's already there. She's like, "Hey, I'm here 15 minutes early just for you." And I'm like, "Sorry, we're delayed."
Damn, and that never happens. That literally never happens.
It never happens. I was like, well, I was ready to go. I didn't even check a fucking bag. I just got my backpack with clothes. And bro, I was out there for like half hour. The fucking pilot's like, "Oh, sorry about this. Every time there's a lightning strike within 3 miles, we start the timer again for 10 minutes, and we're waiting for a 10-minute clearance between lightning strikes." I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then he's like, "Well, we're doing so good so far. 8 minutes on the clock, right? It's been like 45 minutes." And then right when 9 minutes hits, I'm like, "No!"
That's awesome.
And yeah, I was like literally in the fucking plane for like 2 hours extra waiting to get fucking off the fucking plane. It was so boring. Everybody's looking at each other like really, like there's nothing we can do. We can't like they didn't even connect the fucking tunnel to the plane. We weren't even over there yet.
Did you buy any Wi-Fi? Did you cave in?
Fuck no. I mean, we were on the already on the floor at that time, so we had signal. But it was just so fucking boring. Like a 3-hour flight turned into a 5-hour flight.
How does that? Why do they tell you put it on airplane mode if people just don't put it on airplane mode?
Nobody puts it on airplane mode.
What's maybe this is the wrong podcast to be asking that question. Anyway,
yeah. But that was the worst part about the trip, for real. After that, everything went great. Got my sister. We ended up arriving I ended up arriving like 5 hours before my homies did. So we actually pulled up to the Airbnb, got that all situated. That was a fucking hellish experience in itself. The Airbnb was a loft, so it was like the second floor was kind of exposed with a balcony, which is pretty cool. And but as soon as me and my sister get there to get our room and get situated, we see some cracks under the ceiling, and we're like, that's Louisiana's prone. They're really known for water damage and crazy hurricane damage too.
Right.
And they're like, these are houses built like in the fucking late 1800s and shit. Like these are old houses. So I didn't think about this. God bless my sister because she's like smarter than me. She's like, let's take pictures of this because they're not gonna blame us for this shit. And I'm like, yeah, all right, let's do it. Whatever. I make nothing of it.
Right.
She takes pictures of it, and documents it. I see a big fucking spider in my ceiling. Stay right there. And you know what I'm saying? The day goes by. I'm gonna get to the conclusion of why I mentioned that pretty later in the story.
Okay.
We pick up the homies. It's raining. They're like, "Hey, we landed, but there's a 45-minute delay on our flight." Go through the same fucking shit that happened to me. And because of
Oh.
course it's like storming again when we go to the fucking airport. It's so weird. It's like it's so, some spontaneous like weather, like bad weather out there in Louisiana. It's crazy. It'll rain for like 5 minutes and stop.
Mm.
So whatever. We get there. We finally get them, and they're like, you know, you guys want to still go out? We're like, hell yeah, we still want to go out. So we go out. Try to go to this one like it was supposed to be a club / titty bar. But as we pull up to this place, it has a fucking master lock in front of the club. So we're like, that's crazy because the Instagrams looks very active and popping, and we go there, and then this like place got shut down for tax evasion and fraud, and we're like, what the fuck is going on in Louisiana right now?
10 minutes ago.
Yeah, in Instagram it looks fantastic. So whatever. So we're like, you know what? Let's just go to Bourbon Street. Bourbon Street is always a good time. You've been to Philly before, so it's like South Street times 100. It's like crazy out there. The vibe is wonderful. And my friend Jeremiah was out there. We linked up. That was pretty cool. But by the time we were out there, it was probably like 1 in the morning, you know, and places start to close around like 2:30.
Yep.
3-ish at the latest. So, excuse me, we couldn't enjoy it too much, but we did have a good time. Got some drinks. Had a pretty interesting night. We went back to Airbnb, dropped off, you know, my sister and my homie, and me and my other homie Fish, who we actually make music together. We were like, yo, bro, fuck this. I'm on vacation, man. There's a hot tub outside. I'm gonna jump in that bitch. I'm like, bro, if you do it, I'm gonna get in there too. Fuck it. Cause they have like as soon as you walk in, it's like hot tub and outside areas closed at 10 p.m. We're like, fuck this shit. We paid good money to be here. We got an Airbnb, baby. So we just get the fucking that hot tub. My other homie comes by, Jeremiah, and it also says like no guests that are not on the list are allowed to come over. We're like, yeah, bro, come over. Fuck it. We're gonna roll up some weed, get in the hot tub, have some drinks. No drinks in the hot tub. We poured some wine in the hot tub. We're just drinking, having a great time. We're like, we clink our glasses. We're
I
like,
mean,
yeah,
nothing else is
that
working
shit.
out. Fuck it.
Just
Sometimes you
breaking-
gotta do some shit.
Just breaking all the Airbnb rules, having a grand fucking time. And that was our first night there. It was a hell of a night. We actually broke night and then went to have like breakfast at this place called
I haven't
Mother's.
done that in years, dude.
It was fun, dude. We went to have breakfast at Mother's. It was open at 7:00 in the morning, and then we passed out right after that meal. It was a delicious meal. And around like I want to say 8 a.m. we got back to Airbnb. Passed out for like, I don't know, 45 minutes. It felt like a 45-minute nap. I'm fucking exhausted as shit, as you can imagine. It just flew all the way over here. Had a grand old time. Had breakfast. Go to sleep. It felt like literally as soon as I went like this, I was like, wake up! I'm like, oh shit, fuck, where we going? Fuck. And my sister's like, yo, you gotta get dressed. We're going to the swamp tour. I'm like, oh yeah, swamp tour. I'm like, I'm not driving. You're driving. I'm taking a nap in the back seat. It was like an hour drive.
Swamp tour.
We went to a fucking swamp tour, dude, and it was so cool. Like I was exhausted, so I went to go to the gas station to get a Red Bull. I had to.
That's not
You know,
the first thing I think of when I think of swamp tour is like, nah, this is cool. Like, what was cool about it?
It was fucking awesome. That was one of like the highlights of the experience, for real, for real. So we got on this boat. It was a fucking a pretty big fucking boat. We got like 16 people on this thing. Not one of them fan boats that you would imagine from.
I'm
Like,
imagining that right now. I'm imagining
No,
like you're
no.
out there, you got rags on. There's a dude with a
was
stick.
like it was like a long flat boat, and it had like a little like a tent thing like over the top. So even if it rained, we would have been fine. It was not raining. Saturday was fucking beautiful as fuck, hot as shit. It was like 98 degrees when we went out there, and it was cool, dude. We fucking seen alligators in the water. What it was, they throw like marshmallows in the fucking water, and these alligators are trained to eat these marshmallows. Like, we'll come to you because
They
we know you
freak
have
out?
marshmallows. And I was over there like getting like crazy footage on my
I never
phone.
thought about the idea of like an alligator going like, sugar.
Bro, it was
I
not
never
just the
thought about
alligators.
that.
They trained all the animals to eat these fucking marshmallows. I guess everybody just likes marshmallows. Who would have fucking known?
Secret code, world peace, marshmallows.
We actually seen some baby raccoons. They were so fucking cute, but they were wild raccoons. It was kind of savage. You didn't want to get too close. And they would just throw marshmallows. They would give them to us. So we just throw marshmallows at them. And then you see them grab them with their little thumbs and they walk away on 2 feet. It was so funny. Um,
Oh yeah, was Jeremiah with you the whole time?
no. He was doing his own thing. That's actually part of the reason why we came to Louisiana. He had a play. The play was called Justice on Trial, and that was pretty fucking cool. We went there to show support and you see him on stage live. That was on Sunday, the next day.
What's his socials? Do we know his socials off the top?
Yeah, at Pop Culture on Instagram. POPKU with a K. So POPKULTURE. It might be I am Pop Culture. I'm sorry. Pop Culture on Google though. You can Google him. He has a Wikipedia. My man's on it, and he's part of this Broadway play. And they've been touring. Like they've been Memphis, Chicago, Jacksonville. They just did Houston. Got done in Louisiana recently, and then they're going to Dallas and San Antonio next. I can't believe I remember that. And yeah, it was pretty cool, man. He took me backstage on Sunday to see like the behind the scenes pre-production that goes into the play, the stadium, how they're setting everything up. Pretty cool. Got to shake hands with the director of the play and just network a little bit, and that was pretty sweet seeing that perspective of the play. He puts in a lot of fucking work, and it's pretty cool because we both grew up making music together. So my man is he's making some big moves.
Awesome.
But yeah, it was a wonderful experience until Saturday night, right? This is before the play. Saturday night, we get so fucked up, and then we get back to the house around like, I don't know, 3 o'clock in the morning, because that's what you do when you're in Bourbon. You just drinks everywhere. And
this is the same spot that you can just like walk out with a drink, right?
Yeah. So public drinking is allowed as long as it's in a plastic container. Glasses, you get a fine. You can't have a glass container outside.
Okay.
So whatever, we're fucked up. We've been drinking all day. We go back to the Airbnb, and we see fucking like we thought we got broken into too, or some crazy shit happened. Because as soon as we open the door, we see all this fucking debris all over the floor. Like, I'm not just talking about a little bit. This looks like the fucking Kool-Aid guy is smashed out the fucking ceiling. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And we look up, there's this crazy fucking hole in the ceiling. There's water damage, like leaking down from it constantly. My sister was like, see, I told you. I'm like, holy shit. It was just from one little Harry Potter
took pictures,
star
right?
to a crazy fucking thing. Yeah, and we typed up a whole email and everything complaining about it. And the crazy part was the very next morning, the guy, the owner came to repair it and did so in like 3 hours, and it looked flawless. And I was like, what the fuck? That was a little too fast, too smooth.
That dude's seen this before.
Absolutely. And we're like, what the fuck? Like, this is too easy.
That's weird. He's seen
it was so weird, bro. I'm like, what if we were underneath of that having lunch? Because it happened right above the dining room table.
Oh,
so that would have been crazy, you know what I mean?
That'd have been all over you. That's awful.
And it was just unpleasant having that fucking debris fell down. We don't know if they had like fucking mold from the water in the air.
Yeah, you have no idea what the conditions of that thing is.
It was annoying. So we're like, listen, man, we broke all the rules in the Airbnb, so their fucking ceiling broke, so they can't say shit, man. We're going back in the hot tub. It looks like 4 a.m. They're gonna fuck this shit. We're going back in the hot tub.
I would have done that too. That's awful.
Yeah, that's awful. But it was a great time overall. Great experience. Opposite of room 149.
Jesus. I think that might be the name of the episode.
I'm going with Bang Bang.
Bang Bang 149. Well, we did some traveling. I did some game playing. I did some gamer stuff. I did some gamer stuff in the middle of the nightmare. I played some Stray, the cat game that the internet is or was going crazy over. I think it's past tense. I think
I would say it's still going pretty damn crazy. It's still relevant.
Oh, well, I hope so. When I see stuff like that, I think we had this conversation in episode 1. It's a Twitter game. It's a game that the people on Twitter are like, oh, look at that, it's funny, I can make a meme out of it, it's cute, I can I can say something sarcastic, aren't I clever? Like, that's the kind of game that, like,
I'm sure it's got to be going crazy on Twitch.
I don't know what the Twitch numbers are. I do know that as far as like, so Stray became the most reviewed, the most positively reviewed game on Steam ever.
Really?
Ever. Now, you got to keep in mind, we're talking about a game that's about 5 hours in length. It took me about 4 hours and 55 minutes to beat it, right?
Right.
I'm not throwing shade on people who enjoyed Stray, but I am saying that I bet a lot of people are giving it a positive review because it's a cat game. I think it definitely has a lot to do with the fact that it's a cat game and the internet seems to love the cats.
It is I'm checking right now. It is top 10 on Twitch, but it looks like it's sitting on 10th place with 6.8 thousand viewers.
Yeah, and that'll go away because the game is not,
Yeah, Valorant is killing it with 160K.
It's not. It's a
Jesus
like
Christ.
Stray is like a everyone has seen what Stray can do in one playthrough. Where like Valorant, Overwatch, like stuff like that.
Yeah, people are more excited for, I guess,
Like
random
what's to play the
possibility shooters.
game. Yeah, there's much more open spaces for different things to happen. I don't think Stray is going to do that, but Stray, I think Stray is doing very goddamn well.
Real quick, what did you play it on?
I played it on PC, played it on Steam, and then I played it in Virginia for about 2 hours in the Steam Deck. And actually, it performed pretty. There was a lot of hubbub about the PS5 and the PS4 versions being very stable, and the PC version being a little buggy. I definitely noticed a little bit of that, but not enough to hamper my experience. Like,
Did you get a little like screen tearing here and there?
like a couple stutters. Like sometimes, like on the Steam Deck specifically, I'd see it's playing at 60, it's playing at 60, boom, it's like 40, and it's 40 for like a solid 2 minutes, and then it'll go back to 60.
Oh wow.
That you gotta, like, for me, the first thing I think of is like, well, this game like isn't the most intensive game in the world, but it's definitely not the least. Like, the game looks really good. It's definitely using the GPU on that Steam Deck to its extent. So I think I gave it a pass just because it's like, well, it's still running on a portable. Like, it's still kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So all that backfiller performance, my biases on like me looking at, like, I always give Steam reviews now a squint of the eye. I'm like, is that a real review or is that just you being sarcastic? I think most of it's people being sarcastic. I think the game is like,
they get 5 points for cuteness.
yeah, I mean, it's like hard to take those seriously. Like, I don't know what they're saying anymore. I think this game is, it's a solid, well-rounded, like 6 hour. Look at that cat. Look at that.
As Hades is coming in right when you're talking about Stray. How could you not give that a 10 out of 10?
There you go, 10 out of 10 right there. I think Stray is like, they set out to make a single player linear like action platformer experience with a very specific story and lore. I think they pulled it off. I don't think there's not really much I can complain about the game. I mean, like, again, with the scope of it being so small, my only like investment in that was like, I wonder what this universe is about. Like, it's weird that the robots are here. What does that mean? What am I doing as a cat in this game? Like,
They don't ever explain anything about the weird like cyberpunk universe.
Yeah, they do.
Like how
they go into it. I don't really want to explain it. The game's too fresh, but like, you should play it. I still think it's on PS Plus. But like,
I think it's on the tier above the basic. I'm a basic bitch right now.
The upper echelon nonsense. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, like, I would recommend anybody who's curious about it to play it. I don't think gameplay wise it's doing anything you haven't seen before. But I think when you look at the whole package, like the sound design, the lore, the character, the presentation, all that stuff, when you put it together, it's like undeniably cool. It's cool to be in that universe. It feels cool to be in that universe, and like, it doesn't overstay its welcome. There are some bits in the game that I would say like, wow, like some of the stuff dragged on a little bit. But with a game like this short, dragging on a little bit is like maybe 20 minutes more than it should have been in some sections or something, so it's not really the end of the world. I really liked it. I really, really liked it. I'm like dancing around the topics because the game is so short that it's really easy to spoil like some of the story beats.
How long did it take you to complete?
4 hours and 55 minutes exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. So really not long at all. I would say the only thing was like, the ending felt a little bit nothing to me. The ending was like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know what was said by the end of it. Like, maybe nothing needed to be said, but by the end, I just didn't really feel fulfilled by the by the ending. It wasn't a terrible ending, but it wasn't like it. I feel like it could have been more interesting. Again, I'm dancing around the story beats. Like I feel like the ending could have been more interesting, but it's not so offensive that it like disqualified my experience of the game. So yeah, that's my like very tempered, trying not to spoil things, like sort of take on Stray. Do I recommend it? Absolutely. Like if
I'm definitely jumping in there at some point. I gotta play that game. I had my eyes on it for probably since they first talked about it when PS5 was like first launched.
yeah, that's and I think that's another reason why the game has like so much hype is because it's been so closely tied to the like sort of marketing of the
Did
PS5.
it feel like they like a really well polished, like they took their time?
Yeah,
Released
absolutely.
it good timing. That's what's up.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of moments like where you're like surprised that like, oh god, I can like that animation, that interaction. Like I'm surprised they put the effort to put that animation in. All the shit that I'm talking about, people going like they only like it because it's a cat.
Yeah.
They do a fucking good job of the cat animations. All that being said, like you really can't help it. I also understand. Like I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, look at that fucking adorable thing. Everyone knows what a cat looks like. Everyone likes cats.
You can't customize your cat, right? This is just the cat they give you.
No custom cat. There's been a couple complaints about that. I think there's some mods out to make your cat look like Garfield or whatever.
Oh my god, you gotta get like a naked cat with a little baggy skin.
Yo, those cat. I don't know what those are called, but I always think those look cool. I think legitimately on a accessibility standpoint, I think colorblind people have a tough time seeing the orange tabby cat that you play as. So like, there's been some mods to make them blue or green or some shit. But
They never really explain how the cat is like reading or like like hearing English, right? Like it's just like, hey, a cat knows language.
they kind of do.
Really?
They kind of do. I don't want to say much because the game is so
Spoilers.
short, but like, do you get some context as to why that's happening at all?
That's interesting.
I
I saw that there was I was going through the trophy list on PlayStation, and there was like a trophy for like clawing fucking furniture in each of the fucking, like, I don't know if it's like levels or worlds, whatever it is.
Yeah, you get so that's another
Chapters.
thing. It's linear, and then you get to here's a town, and you get to like explore the town a bit, and that's a little less linear. And then it's linear. Then here's another area. It's like that a lot. It's like multiple different like linear activities and chase sequences and stuff like that, divided by here's a space where it's more puzzle. It's more like get this item to move along. It's more like find things.
Was there ever a challenge? Like I felt like this part is like fucking frustrating right here. What the fuck?
I think only one time ever in the game I was like,
I heard about the upgrade you get later in the game. It's kind of ridiculous.
yeah. There was only one time where I was like, I'm gonna look this up because I don't know where I'm going. But I stopped myself from doing it, and I just kind of thought for a second, and then I eventually figured out what the puzzle was. But other than that, it's not really hard. It's not really that hard.
No, I'm definitely gonna get into it at some point. Probably here in August.
That's Stray for the PS4, the PS5, and PC. I want to talk about what you want to talk about right now.
What do I want to talk about right now?
I want to talk about you talking about Horizon. I want you to get into Horizon.
I'm actually fucking happy that I fucking I bought it on episode 1, like a few days prior. I was struggling my ass off trying to beat that fucking, I think it was an elephant at the time. And yeah, I fucking beat it.
So let's before you get into it,
the day before recording.
Remind us where we left off in this arc of the story, right? Last time we had episode 1. If I recall correctly, weren't you like a little
lot of
frustrated?
frustrations.
Yeah.
A lot of frustrations. There was just a lot of confusion with what was going on. The climbing mechanics, which I'll stand by the climbing mechanics. This has to be some of the worst climbing mechanics in a AAA game I have ever fucking played. There was a couple times where I wanted to throw my fucking controller.
Jesus
Specifically
Christ.
in this fucking cauldron. I think I'll mention that too. There was these cauldrons where the machines like come from, and it was just these dark, murky fucking waters. And then, you know what I mean? As you traverse and you climb shit, there's water in the bottom. So like if you fail, oh, it's okay, you're in the water, but now you gotta swim slowly to the safety ladder over there. And there's like imagine a big square, right? The room's a big square, and they
Okay.
have these ladders at different height levels. So they're like checkpoint ladders, and if you fuck up these ladders, you know what I mean, you can just get there later, but you don't want to you don't ever want to climb these ladders because you don't want to fuck up. Well, guess what? We're gonna make the fucking climbing so goddamn stupid and clunky that it's just you're gonna have like best friends with these ladders because goddamn.
I'm looking at the climbing right now. Are you seeing this?
Yeah, no, this looks great. This doesn't even what did you type in?
I just typed in Horizon Forbidden West climbing.
Try climbing fails. See what comes up there, because that's the whole mechanic is a fail. I swear to God. They want to make like it's cool because you can climb pretty. I had some moments like that too, where it's like I just died and like randomly.
Damn, she just got like suplexed by. I mean,
This is hilarious.
drop kicked by it.
But you know that was last time. I was going off on it. I was like, God damn it, what's really going on here? Spending some more time with it.
Okay, we got a bug here. Hold on, we got a bug. Oh, is this what?
This is not Well, that's a little bit too crazy. I didn't experience it like that.
Okay, all right. Sorry to cut you off. That just looked ridiculous. That looked ridiculous.
In a nutshell, that is the climbing experience, though.
Okay.
It's
All
like, what the fuck? I'm over here trying to access this stupid fucking corner in the ledge. It was just misplaced shit. It's like, man.
What would you say the failure rate is in the climbing? Like, if you just had to, if you had to throw a number.
I would say everybody's play experience has some annoying climbing sequence. I don't know how they green flag this in game testing.
Okay. Damn. That's
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if you're well invested into this game, as I was, like you're gonna come over some annoying circumstances, especially like how important that mechanic is in this game. You have to go to high to reach places. You have to go to fucking tall necks, and there's like these mini games to go on top of the tall neck, but you gotta climb shit. Whatever. My biggest fucking complaint in this game is the climbing mechanics.
Okay. All right.
Everything else, literally everything else in this game is wonderful. I got to play more fucking Machine Strike. I started finding like these people like in random villages. They'll sell you Machine Strike pieces. They're like, hey, we got what you're looking for. We got these little pieces. Fucking expensive as shit, but it's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Shout out to the audio team. The audio in this game is fantastic. The audio design on the monsters, the lasers, the bow and arrow, even just pulling the fucking string back. Like you can hear that shit. I think you can hear it on the actual DualSense from the controller, if I'm not mistaken. Like some weapon feedback. Yeah,
Okay.
man. Machine Strike. Shout out Machine Strike, man.
I need to play Machine Strike. Just Machine Strike.
Game has some fucking jaw-dropping, beautiful, beautiful fucking visuals. So many different scenarios. Like in the scenery, like they have these drones. So you got this base, right? And you have Gaia, like which is like a main program there. It's not really spoilery, and you could actually find these drones in every region, from like this mountain region, a swampy region, a snowy region, a sandy desert region, and they all have a drone. And once you capture this drone, you could save the recorded footage from that drone and plug it into your main base and have like this 360 dome look like that region in 4K fucking stunning visuals. And that shit is beautiful as fuck. I was literally just there like a little fucking...
You're playing that on your 4K, right?
Yeah, well, it's 4K, but I have the option of having it like in that balanced mode where you can still get to 60 frames.
It upscales.
And
It still looks good.
the nice visuals. Now, if you go for full fidelity, it's fucking like, holy shit, the ray tracing really fucking kicks in. But you have to play at 30 frames. You know, we're not here for that
life. Are you done with that
No,
life?
no. We're not here for that 30 frames.
I'm not here for that shit no more.
Immediately when I touched the controller, I felt the 30 frames. I was like, oh no, going right to the settings. And I was like, thank God they have a balanced option.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not about that 30 frames life. But shout out to those visuals though. There's a couple of moments where I just had to stop and just spin that camera to 360. And just
You know
look
what's
it
the sick part? If you don't give me a choice, if you just say like, this game looks beautiful and it's 30, I'll play it. But if you give me a choice, picking that 60. Anyway.
Hell yeah, all the time. Even at the cost of less fidelity. Like I want that smooth butter, baby.
Yeah, I'm not here for that. I'm here for that 60. That's why I paid so much goddamn money for my computer. I want to throw money at the problem. I'd rather just get the frames. I don't care about that other shit. Anyway, So
Yeah.
you like the visuals.
Visuals,
You
audio,
you fuck with
everything's on
Machine
point.
Strike. Now the main
The,
question: what's up with the story?
Story was pretty compelling. I'm not gonna lie. Like they have so much possibility. Like the way they set the stage, because you're set in like a super alternate future. They're like they're living in the year like I don't know, like 3,000. I might be bullshitting. It might be like 4,000 something. It could be the year 30,000 something. Can't really remember. But it's like an alternate future. So far in the fucking future, civilization has been wiped. So now everybody's like prehistoric, but in the future. So you can literally talk about anything. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they wipe that slate so that they can do
so
whatever silly thing they want.
You find this out pretty early on. So you find out that since this is a sequel, you find like this colony that's from the Earth, but they were in another distant planet and they came back to Earth. So they're not really aliens, but they're just us from the past. But now they have all this technology with them, but they come here and see us like, look at these guys playing with bows and arrows and sticks and stones. So that they become like the main antagonists in the game is these futuristic aliens from the past. It's so weird to hear that. And you know, there's so much possibility. I'm like, damn, the way these guys are storytelling and you know the writing is all coming into play. It's almost like if they're gearing up for a fucking HBO series.
Oh,
you know, Sony.
Man, that prestige Sony TV shit.
Oh man, the AAA guys is like, hey, we gotta. It's pretty interesting, man. I can see like a little Westworld type of thing coming from this in a weird way.
I feel weird
But
about this.
it is getting tedious. But as far as the video game, they excel at it. It was cool. The side stories are pretty damn intense.
Did you end this and go like,
So
I need some more, did you go like?
I was literally just happy to be able to have beaten it in the time before this recording, because it was a pretty lengthy game. I think I literally beat it at about 30 hours in.
Did you try to? I mean, it doesn't sound like with the scope of what that game seems to offer, it doesn't sound like you did a ton of side content, unless like you might have.
So there's just so much fucking content, dude. There were side errands. There were errands. They were like hunting grounds.
Yeah.
There were melee combat trials. There were like, you know what I mean, all the fucking drones collecting that. They had black boxes you can collect from plane crashes in the past. You can go underwater and explore and collect there's so many fucking collectibles. It's not like an annoying like Far Cry collectathon type of thing. You know what I mean? Because like you get like well compensated for gathering these collectibles. Like you'll get a fucking an epic piece of gear or something if you get all from that category. So they'll reward you and everything, and then you'll get stronger, fuck up the fucking metal dinosaurs or whatever. You do unlock something cool there. I was like, maybe remember last episode? I was like, maybe if I unlock the thing, I'll enjoy it a little more. We got the fucking thing.
Okay.
It was pretty fucking cool, and let's just say it made traveling a lot faster in that open world.
Can you fly? Can I just guess?
Fly. You could absolutely fly.
For how long? Are we talking like a bullshit fly for like 30 seconds? Or are we talking
no, you could like find the flying fucking dinosaur and sneak up on it and, you know what I mean, stab your fucking magic spear in that shit and transform it to be a good guy. And now that's your pet. And this is my pet fucking flying dinosaur. You can just hop on it,
fly wherever you want.
You can climb a mountain manually, jump off that fucker and glide off and call your fucking bird or your fucking metal dinosaur, and he will scoop you up in the middle of the air and you can ride on your back.
That's cool. Okay, I like that.
It was pretty cool. It was smooth, but goddamn, climbing up that mountain in the first place is so goddamn annoying.
Yeah. Can you summon the Birdman? Can you summon Birdman? Cash Money's Birdman. Can you summon Cash Money's Birdman to fly you up the mountain?
You cannot put no respect on Birdman in that game. But no, the bird you can summon him anywhere. But yeah, the ending of that game was, I felt like they spent so much time writing and developing like how to get from point A to point Z that they didn't really spend too much time on point Z, if that makes sense. Like they didn't really spend too much time in the ending because the ending just came and went so fast, and they're dropping like really important game-changing information on you in the end, and they definitely set the stage for this to be a trilogy. there's gonna be a for sure another game.
Are you okay?
So they could give it-
That's kind of what I was asking earlier. Like, are you done with this franchise, or are you excited for more?
I mean, I feel like they've outputted this franchise. When did the first one come out? Like 2015, 2016?
It came out the same year Breath of the Wild did, so 2017.
17. So that's not bad. The fact that they'll be able to output a sequel to this game 2022, that's 5 years later, it's not that bad. So if it was like a 10-year period and now you're turning into like a 12, 13-year cycle for 3 games, a la Last of Us, then it would be a little more annoying. But if they're able to output this type of quality and
Like
consistency,
every 4 to 5 years.
yeah, it's I would say like it's not terrible. It is a game well worth the $70 price tag. There's so much fucking content on it. It is well produced. There wasn't any game breaking bugs, glitches. It's just like if you're just like have nothing to do, have time off, you have free time. So much shit you could do in this game. And they have New Game Plus. Shout out to New Game Plus.
It's
always good.
It sounds like you turn your tune around a lot from
I had a good time, man. I can't lie. I had a good time.
All right, calm down. I'm just saying. Just looks like you changed your tune. It's fine. We can all do that. I'm glad
this game is definitely coming to PC soon. No, not too soon, but I could see it be ported to PC for sure.
Yeah, Sony has pretty much. I mean, they bought, what was that studio? I want to say Blue Point, but I could be mistaken there. But they bought a studio dedicated to ports. So, and they've in their investor meetings, they've pretty much said like, "Yo, PC's making us a lot of money." So they're gonna, as a PC predominant player, I'm hoping.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, I'm
bang,
bang.
bang.
Bang bang. I'm really excited for that to keep going. Speaking of Sony games, like I'm not gonna say anything other than I beat Cyberpunk. It left a sad hole in my heart by the ending of that game. And then I needed to fill it with something, and I thought, what better than 2018's God of War? So I bought that on Steam. I have only played it for an hour. I hooked it up to my 4K. It looks fucking gorgeous. It's running at like 80, 90 at 4K. And I'm only about an hour in, but that's probably going to be the next thing that I play for a while. And then I played Multiverses. A game that you just played right before.
I just downloaded it right before the episode started. Like we started recording, just to get a feel for it.
What a lifeless video game! What a fucking no soul ass video game. This has.
I feel like they found every loophole to be like, hey, we want to be like Smash, but do what you gotta do so we won't get sued.
Yo, man, like. Geez, it doesn't even have. It just has no spunk to it. It has no energy. You just go in and it's like, what the fuck is this like royalty free ass music in the beginning of this game? Like it's just nothing. There's nothing.
Speaking of the music in the game, the stage music of the game has a very similar tone to Smash Brothers. If you hear like the background music, it's kind of eerie. It's like, hey.
Yeah, but it's like a sad version of everything. It's like almost a sad version of everything. They don't have like standard attacks. Like for example, like in the GameCube, you'd press the A button for a standard attack, then you do a directional version of it to do a power version of that attack. Everything's the same attack.
Like charge attack. You could like use Wonder Woman's lasso to save your friend from falling. What?
I don't know. And it just feels mayonnaise. That's the main thing every time I play the game. And I'm like, the word mayonnaise keeps conjuring up in my head every time I fucking play this game. So
as I played it, I feel like it didn't really have good calculated fighting physics, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah, no, it feels off.
In Melee, you could like time your attacks, and as you jump in the air, you tap the button, and you're gonna, as soon as you tap, boom. These moves have like, as you press your actual like maneuver has like a gap that it has to fill before the punch. It has
such a build-up. It has like it's just, and like it doesn't sound like a lot, but like
it's a lot of floatiness going on. Like,
if I'm jumping in the air in these kind of games, like I want that shit to be snappy. I don't want to press the A button and go like, oh, I missed it because the attack starts a second after I press the A button. Like that feels weird. Like I don't like that. I don't like this game. I just don't like this game. I don't really want to linger too much on this. I just fucking hate this game. This game's awful.
I can play as LeBron James.
You can play as LeBron James and Shaggy and Arya Stark, and it's just like it's a meme ass game. I get it. It's free. Actually, in the Discord, we have a Discord that we chat in together, and my cousin made a good point. Like, hey, this is a good intro for like getting people into playing these games, getting people into the fighting game community. And like at first I'm like, that's a good spin on it. It just sucks that it's a bad game. It reminds me of like, yo, like what's the awful rapper? What's just an awful rapper? I don't know. Like
I know too many.
Like let's pick somebody that's not very controversial, say it's an awful rapper.
Pitbull.
That's actually the perfect analogy. Because it's like, is that even rap? Is that even hip hop? Who knows what that is? That is multiverses.
Got a catchphrase. Dolly.
You know, it's like, well, at least Pitbull's getting people into hip hop. And I'm like, yeah, but is that how you want to introduce them in? The people who like Pitbull, that's the tastemakers. Like you don't. So I don't. I feel this is just a bad version of a good game. So I just
it's definitely. I see what you're saying. It's a spit in the face to like Smash Bros fans. It's like, hey, that
and
whole
then
community...
you showed me freaking our friend's text message, and he's like, "Yo, man, you gotta download fucking no," and I'm like, "No, this is what I'm saying."
Yeah, man, it's gonna do good regardless. And then what was like disgusting to me, right? I went to practice mode to just get a feel for all the characters, which was pretty smooth. And then I go into the online mode, and all the characters that I was playing as in practice just went away behind the paywall. And it's like you have to either play to earn the in-game currency and unlock them one by one, which is gonna fucking take forever, or you could pay for it now and unlock these characters real quick. You know what I mean?
Free to play trash.
Free to play trash.
Anyway,
the only thing that I will say that I would give it an advantage over Smash Brothers, a one up on Smash Brothers, is the netcode. The netcode is pretty damn smooth.
Okay.
You can connect to online multiplayer pretty fast and seamless.
Smash Brothers netcode is
not known for good fucking
not
connectivity.
Even a netcode. It's just like, do you want to fight in a slideshow? Yeah. I'll
type in this 15-digit number.
I'll send you a picture of what my next move is, and then you can. I get it. No, that's fair. That's very fair. It's fine.
That's about it, though.
How about we take a little break, and then we talk about something a little painful, maybe a little exciting. Video game releases 2022. We can talk about the remaining 4 months that we have.
Yeah. Holy shit. Is there really 4 months left? No, what the fuck?
Yeah.
5 months. Well, August just started.
It's five. It's five. It's fair. It's 5. The remaining 5 months that we have. I'm sorry to freak. I know we're getting old. I'm sorry to freak you out.
I'm like, damn, I need as much time as I can get, man.
All right. We're gonna hit this intermission, and then we'll be right back. I come with good tidings and great news.
Yes.
I come with gifts. I come with, hold on. I come with the gift of video game releases 2022. Let's talk about it.
Ooh.
Let's talk about what's coming out. Let's scroll down to, let's use a hyperlink here. Well, it's August 1st. Every single day we inch closer to our death. But we don't got to think about that right now. What we can think about is what is happening with these releases. A lot of things have been delayed to 2023. Understandable considering the COVID situation from 2 years ago. Games are hard to make. We don't make them. They do.
That excuse is becoming less and less valid as time keeps going, though.
I don't know. I don't know enough about how games are made to
And be 2026 now, talking about like because of COVID, we had to delay Grand Theft Auto
okay,
for
by
another year.
2026, yes, maybe. But right now, I feel like 2022
Yeah, it's still,
is,
it's still
is
valid.
the
It's
last,
still valid.
the last one.
Yeah.
Okay. The other excuse they can use is, games are hard to make now. Which also, like, games are huge. Understandable.
Yeah, no, it's expensive. It's extremely demanding.
And it's a risk. Every company has to take a risk just making one of these fucking things. That being said, that is not our job. Our job is to play these fuckers.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to play right now. Oh my God, Cult of the Lamb is coming out August 11th. Do you remember this game? Do you know about this game?
Cult of the Lamb. I don't know a thing about this game.
That came out in the Steam Fest event, and they had a demo for it. And it is a top-down sort of like resource gathering dungeon game. It reminds
me Devolver Digital. I love Devolver Digital.
The gameplay, not to be derivative here, but the gameplay reminds me of a Hades-like.
I do. Did they show this in Summer Games Fest? I feel like they did. Yeah. It's coming back to me now.
A lot of the game is the soundtrack is just cool trap music. So I like the demo a lot, enough that I'm excited for Cult of the Lamb. People should play that.
This is exciting. I like Devolver Digital. They make good shit.
Rumbleverse, which is not multiverses, is a
Rumbleverse actually looked pretty fun when I seen gameplay.
Yeah, I also agree here. I think this looks okay. This is one that's also coming out August 11th. I would love to. We should make a video of this. We play it together and see what's going on here.
I just clicked on the Rumbleverse picture. If you scroll down, I think there's Randy Savage. Like scroll down a little.
Let's go. I fuck with this. This is silly. This is whatever, right? Like this. I seen Jeff Gerstmann do a couple playthroughs here. I thought it looked cool. So Rumbleverse definitely is cool. This one I already pre-ordered on Steam. When did this game come out? It was a Spider-Man PS4 release date, right? Like when? September 7th, 2018.
Yeah.
So here's another 2018 game that I'm playing in this Lord year, our Savior, 2022. Looking forward to this. Never actually beat this game. I haven't had a proper Sony console in years, so this is one that I'm looking forward to. You mentioned I think we talked about this offline. You mentioned, hey, the mods are probably gonna be kick ass in this game. So like,
right.
Definitely looking forward to playing as Neo from Enter the Matrix.
Neo.
I want to play as Neo. So I want.
The streets of New York, flying around. If he said fuck the webs, I'm just gonna fly everywhere.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. They better add payphones to this shit.
They better have a fucking Green Goblin mod. Just fly around and shit.
Roller Dome. Do you remember Roller Dome? They showed this off at a Sony conference.
Yeah.
This
looks the one with the rollerblades and guns.
Yeah. No, this looks cool. I want to try it. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but it looks fucking cool. So I'll try it.
Style is fucking sick. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll try it. Looks Roller Dome. So August, we got what? We got Cult of the Lamb, we got Rumbleverse, we got Spider-Man PC release, we got Roller Dome. Not looking bad. I actually didn't think so. And we got Saints Row, which I'm definitely buying Saints Row.
You got Madden, which is people are obviously gonna go crazy for.
Yep. We got that's just, that as the wind you will feel the wind on your skin, the rain, it will collect in puddles, and a Madden will come out every fucking year. You will never get away from those. Saints Row.
What's going on? What's going on here with Pac-Man World Repack? What is this?
You're asking dangerous questions here, Oswell. Are you sure you want to know about Pac-Man's World? Let's purchase it real quick. Where can we purchase this game? It just leads you to a GameStop link. Of course it does. It doesn't even get. It's just GameStop.com.
I can't believe this game is getting a remake. I remember this. I think it came out on PS2 back in the day.
Look at that. Did we need this? I think the answer is yes.
Yeah.
I guess the answer is yes. I want you to get Saints Row so we can do some co-op, but that's your dollars. But I would love to play some co-op Saints Row with you.
I've never been into Saints Row for more than like 5 minutes in a play session.
It looks ridiculous. I'll send you a YouTube link after this. It looks kind of fun. Open world co-op fun.
I mean, fuck it. It sounds fun.
More Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm assuming this is like a collection of the older games.
Yeah, I heard about this one. It actually brings like all the games that inspired Revenge of Shredder. Or Shredder's Revenge.
So this, August. What give? All right. Hey, based on these release dates, give August a score of excitement 1 out of 10. What is Swall's official August score of excitement release review?
I mean,
Come on, baby, hit me with the real facts.
yeah, you're probably like a good solid 5.
Damn. What?
Well, it's nothing crazy. That was just on my personal list. It's like,
Okay.
holy shit, I have to play this. If I have any standout games, that's definitely gonna be Cult of the Lamb, and probably Roller Dome. Be honest.
I'm gonna go a point above you. I'm gonna do a 6 out of 10 for my excitement for August. 6 out of 10.
It's not terrible.
September, Splatoon, baby. This amps up my hype list. That my hype nips are getting crazy here.
Your hype nips.
My hype nips. I get my barometer. My nipple barometer is titillating and bouncing around everywhere.
Yo.
The Last of Us Part 1 for the PS5. I really can't be excited about a game I've beaten like 10 times.
The Last of Us Part 1 remake. The remake.
Yeah, I can't, it's hard for me to, I'm sorry, Naughty Dog. It's hard for me to really get behind this one.
Yeah, I'm such a treasured franchise, and I'm just giving less and less of a fuck the more they keep dragging that fucking series.
Temtem, no, that's a fake Pokemon.
Biomutant. Why do I remember this name? Did this game never come out?
This is like the definition of a B game. Wait till it loads. Like it's such a B game. It's taking a while to load here. Yeah, Biomutant. You've seen this before.
Did it not come out, or
it came out and it was horrendously mediocre. It was.
So what's the September release? Whatever.
It's being officially released for the Xbox Series X.
And the 5. Gotcha.
Oh God, let's go back to August here. Yeah, so it's for the new consoles. I'm assuming they're gonna hey, it's 4K now or 60 or whatever. Splatoon 3. Everyone knows, if you know me, that I roll with the Splatoon gang. I roll with the squids. I want to be a squid person. If I could pee and it be ink, that'd probably be one of my fantasies. This is what I'm doing. September 9th, 2022 this is all I'm playing. Surprised they even made this game. I thought that Nintendo was going to treat this like every other franchise that I love. And by that, I mean they'll never do anything with it. But thankfully they did.
Shout out to the Nintendo fan base out there, keeping games strong.
Yeah, man.
Have you heard about this weird fucking Pokemon clone, Temtem?
Is that the one? I thought the Temtem was.
Yes, it is.
Is that the one with the guns?
This game looks so illegal. Like, how is this allowed?
This can't be
franchise.
It, right? No, because this is the nice one. There was a Pokemon with guns game. Pal World is what you're thinking of.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Temtem.
You sure?
Because this game is a literal Pokemon clone. Literally.
You're not talking about the Pokemon with the Uzis?
No, bro, that's
You're not talking about this one? Because that's a real game, sir. They
What's
have a
going
scene where
on?
they're manufacturing M16s. So there you go. But Temtem.
Dude,
Temtem
check out. Go back to that Temtem window real quick. The Game Informer one.
Okay. Where is it? Right here. Okay.
Go on the bottom. Check out the gameplay video all the way on the bottom. That's the one that I'm on right now. Yeah, the new gameplay. Dude, just fast forward anywhere. This looks like a fucking rip off Pokemon. They even have tall grass. You probably have Poke Center, you know what I mean?
Oh,
What's going on?
It looks kind of bootleg. It looks a little bootleg.
What's going on with these rip-offs? It's like Pokemon of no soul. Diet Sprite.
It's like the Smash Bros rip-off thing where it's like it just feels. I'm not saying that people aren't allowed to make these games, but this does not look like. You know what I mean?
I would take this as a fucking if I worked for PokeFreak, I would take this as an insult. Like, yo, come on, dog. We worked hard for this shit. Don't just take our brand and our style of gameplay and sugarcoat it with this bullshit. These characters.
I don't know if they work hard for it anymore.
Not no more, but they definitely
that.
invented that whole feel of that type of RPG.
Sure.
Look at the name of these fake Pokemons, Smazy and 2Y. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't think people are gonna actually like really play it. I get what you're saying. I don't think it's elite. Like people should be able to make whatever the fuck they want to make. This just looks like a bad. If this looked good, we'd probably be talking less shit. You know what I mean? If it's like, holy shit, this is what Pokemon should have been doing, but they're not doing that, right? It doesn't look like.
Man,
Look at this.
God bless you if your parent just buys you this game.
Instead of Pokemon. I want Pokemon. You got Temtem. There is really, as I'm going through this,
2K23, Michael Jordan edition.
That's You're a 2K player. I'm not gonna talk too much shit about the sports right now. I know you play them 2Ks. You know, there's nothing's popping out in front of me like that's like holy shit.
Evil West. I remember seeing the trailer for Evil West and looking at pretty fucking like random but cool.
Evil West. Western Evil. What the fuck is Evil West as well?
Dude, it's a very weird. I don't know anything about it, but I remember the trailer looking badass.
All right, I have to look at that. This looks weird. I have to look at that. Evil West.
Like a Wild West Van Helsing character.
Valkyrie profile. All right, I'm ready to. The only thing I'm personally looking forward to in September is Splatoon 3. Everything else I'm not really about. So that bumps solely because of Splatoon 3. I'm giving September 5 out of 10. I get 5 out of 10 because I know I'm gonna really fuck with that game. What are you doing for September?
Let's see real quick. Let me skim through this again.
Mm-hmm.
No, yes, no, maybe. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 5 as well.
Okay.
There's nothing here saving it.
Okay.
But there's also nothing here devastating it for me either.
Let's go to October. Overwatch 2, huh? Jesus.
We're gonna definitely have to play that game. It's free to play.
Right. Okay.
Why not? It's free to play.
It's many reasons. Many reasons. Marvel's Midnight Suns, which is basically XCOM with Marvel characters in it. I'm not an XCOM fan. I know a lot of people that are.
That's interesting.
I just don't care, but I know people do. So whatever.
I feel like the only good Marvel game is probably Guardians of the Galaxy, and
it's
please
Spider-Man.
correct if I'm wrong.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, well, and Spider-Man too.
Dragon Ball: The Breakers. These games seem to just come out of nowhere all the time. These Dragon Ball games.
Yo.
Persona 5 Royale for the goddamn multi-platform. Everything. Okay. All right.
What is this?
This is a game that you can't stand.
Is this a battle royale version?
No. This is
Thank God.
This is their this is their like here's our like definitive edition kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Scorn, the game with the trailer with the penis that pops out. Do you remember that?
Not that part.
Scorn trailer.
It's like a guy breaking out of hell or some shit, right? I feel like this would be like a really cool VR game, but I don't think it's a VR game.
There you go. You like that part? You like this right here? Wait for
What's
it.
going? Why do you remember this?
You like the little penis there? Like it's actually dripping if you really look at it.
That's wild.
Like it's drip. It's a little drip. A little drip. Drip.
It's disturbing. That's gonna be the fucking. That's the title right there.
Drip. So there we go. Scorn.
Scorn for you.
Gotham Knights is, I don't know. I guess it's like a Left 4 Dead-ish. No, what is Gotham Knights? I don't even know. I don't want to know. I actually don't want to know. Star Ocean. This game looks so bad. Look at the main character. The main character's like fucking dirtbag. It's probably going to be okay. Who knows? I don't know.
Square Enix.
So Bayonetta 3, the game is coming out with a mode called Naive Angel mode, which basically censors all the parts where she's nude.
Naive Angel mode.
Yep. It's called Naive Angel mode. So this game has been delayed so many times, but here we are. It's an official release date.
You guys enjoy that?
What the fuck is Resident Evil Reverse?
For PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
What is that? It's a multiplayer, never play it game. Okay, got it.
Oh, gotcha. Next.
All right, so October for me.
It's looking pretty sad, October.
Persona 5 is the only thing that I'm looking forward to there, and it's coming out on Game Pass. This gets I don't know. This gets like a 4 out of 10 for me. There's not a lot going on here. Only thing keeping me alive right now is Persona 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give October a 3.
Jesus. Yeah.
Not much going on here.
Unless you want to do some Rabbids. You want to do some Mario XCOM. You could do that, I guess.
I'll be playing Overwatch 2 and try that out. And
well, you got the Modern Warfare. I don't play the Call of Duties, but you got the Modern Warfare 2. Completely forgot about that. Skip that over.
True. Holy shit. Yeah. That trailer looks fucking gorgeous.
So you got that. People forget. Like 2,000 people work on each one of these games. Yes. It's a fucking mega behemoth. Even on bad years, it outsells everything. So,
all right, so I'll bump it up to a 4 with that Modern Warfare 2.
We got
I'm not
November
super excited about it
here.
But it's a good game.
And
man, that list is looking mighty fucking delayed.
Oh boy. So this is a banger. God of War Ragnarok, banger.
Yeah,
absolute banger. It has to be. I'm convinced it's going to be a banger. Skull and Bones, it's going to be a disaster. The opposite of banger, coming a day before the banger. This thing is going to fucking die immediately. They said it. It's almost like they set it out to die on purpose. What's the biggest game coming out this year? Oh, God of War. Let's put it behind that one. That way nobody got to talk about it. This game has such a troubled history. Yeah. What is Humankind? What is? Oh, that's the fake Civilization game. Gotcha. Okay, so.
Right.
And then of course these Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, they will sell like fucking hotcakes. Look at that guy.
Fucking looks ridiculous.
They're gonna sell. These games always sell. I have a roommate who buys them and like and there's a 50% chance he will never play them. He has to buy them. That just happens.
It's a fun new thing.
It's fucking weird. Yeah, Sean, I'm talking about you. You're weird, dude. I give November, due to God of War Ragnarok, and only due to God of War Ragnarok, I give that motherfucker a 7 out of 10 because this could be a banger. This could be an absolute banger.
I'll give it a 9 because I am really excited for God of War, but it's only God of War, so I can't just give it a 10. And we don't know if it's going to be.
We'll see
exciting.
what happens with Pokemon Scarlet. Maybe that'll surprise me. I doubt it.
Yeah, highly doubt it.
I doubt it. The Pokemon games have not surprised me for a very long time, but we'll see.
Here's a game I'm going to predict gets delayed.
Oh, Calypso?
Callisto.
December 2nd. Well,
at least
they're not saying December 31st. When they say December 31st, you might as well just say 2020, whatever the next year is.
Listen, man, if it does make launch, I just hope that it's,
it looks
a
good.
good time.
I think it looks good.
It looks pretty fucking cool. But you know what comes out in January? The Dead Space remake.
Was that? Are you
too close? Like, why is this?
Is that real?
Yeah.
Game Informer release dates 2023. Let's see what we got. Holy shit! You're not fucking. You aren't fucking. And we got Forspoken.
I'm just saying, if I worked really hard on Callisto Protocol, I kind of don't want a game that has similar DNA to come right after it. You know what I'm saying? Like 1 month apart.
I'm buying both of them. I'm definitely getting both of them. That's happening.
I hope that's the common topic of most people. I mean, I like both of them. I'm hoping Callisto's.
Well, there's like nothing. You know what I mean? This is like you got it's barren wasteland out in this motherfucker. People can't be picky. You're gonna buy this Dead Space twice, motherfucker. that's what's gonna happen. People.
Yeah,
are gonna
pretty
do
much.
That. Like
I wish. Oh man, it would have been so awesome.
And then think about that.
Would have came out in October.
You got Dead Space. You got fake Dead. Well, I guess not fake Dead Space. Let's say you got alternative Dead Space coming out December. You got real Dead Space remake coming out January, and then it's like, we got that Resident Evil 4 remake, which is also another over-the-shoulder, slow-paced third-person shooter game that's also horror-based coming out in March. So we got a lot of those, and then we got Alan Wake. Holy shit, that's a lot of those games.
There's a lot of TBA games too coming out. That's really exciting, but Lord knows when we'll get to fucking see them.
Yeah. So that's not this is a 2022 segment, sir. It's not 2023. So I would say December, just like all the other ones, just sort of in the middle. You know, there's really not actually less than in the middle. I'm expecting not much from the Callisto Protocol until I play it. I don't want to set my expectations too high. So I'm gonna get December 4 out of 10. There's really nothing else popping up here for me. There's only 3 fucking releases. So like, yeah.
There might be some more releases as time progresses. We'll see.
Some surprises. My hopes are low. I mean, but look at all these games without release dates, right? Like, it's a lot.
I'm hoping God of War comes out, nice and polished. Hopefully.
I think so. They've delayed it multiple times. They're doing their thing. I want to know when this is going to get a proper release date. Big fan of Diablo, so want to see.
I've heard God of War sales actually went like way crazier than Last of Us Part 2 sales. So I'm sure they have a lot of like support from Sony to really push that out, at least from a budget perspective. I hope so.
I mean, it sold. God of War is it's October 2021. This is a really old article at this point. God of War has sold nearly 20 million copies, and then on PC it sold 2 million. So at that point, we're talking 22 million. This is like a very gross estimate. Then we're talking about Last of Us 2 sales. That game has not come out on PC. As of this is a really old article from 2020. It says 10 million copies. Does Wikipedia have any?
I would say it's safe to say that God of War has more numbers, and as far as longevity too.
I think so. I think God of War is probably more mass appeal.
They both were very successful. Not to knock it.
Yeah, I think they're both mass appeal. I think God of War is a little bit more mass appeal.
I'm really curious what Gran Turismo's. Can you check real quick what Gran Turismo's numbers?
Well, yeah, the hot news. What's up with Gran Turismo?
No, because Gran Turismo used to be a fucking a console seller back in the day, and
what's the latest one? They just came out with one, right? Didn't they?
Yeah. That's why I'm curious. Like, do they have any number, any sales information at all?
In Japan, it launched with 139,964 physicals. It sold over 109,000 in Japan. They're not really talking. In the United States, it set a franchise record with the highest grossing launch month sales for a Gran Turismo title, despite number. So
Really?
They don't talk about numbers.
But it said a sale in North America. I mean, a record in North America.
In the United States, it set a franchise record. So for all the games ever, with the highest grossing launch month sales for a Gran Turismo title, despite ranking number 2 in its debut month, second only to Elden Ring. But they don't really mention anything past that, which when companies don't tout their numbers, they're not confident about
I don't know. There's some fishiness going on there.
In the United they're spinning, you know what I mean? They're spinning. They're just spinning the numbers. It's like, well, this is the highest growth. Like, but what does that mean? Because but you weren't charging $70 back then for your games. So like now we're talking about like, is it because back then it was 50? Did you not sell as much, but it's more expensive, so you get more money? Like, who knows? In the UK, Gran Turismo 7 was the best-selling game in its first week of release and remained number 1 the following week. You see, these numbers don't make you confident because they're going like, we did it for a week. We did it. Yeah, we did it for. It just not make me confident about what's going on. So that was the releases. Not a lot happening. Enough happening to keep me excited for the rest of the year, but not enough that I'm like, I'm gonna start retreading some old games that I haven't beaten.
Hopefully, Halo co-op comes out at some point this year.
I would actually
wait on that fucking forever.
I would actually like to play that with you. That's actually a good point.
Yeah, if it ever comes out, I mean, we might even get Forge mode before co-op comes out.
All right, so now we got some news. We're gonna get through this quickly. We don't got a lot of major game-breaking news here. We just got a lot of little tidbits, little chunks of love, little tiny pieces of candy that we can bite into. Here is one, Xenoblade Chronicle 3 review roundup. I will never play one of these games, Holswell. I'm never doing it. It's never happening.
But you'll play Persona.
I'll play Persona, but I'm not playing this shit. It's not happening. But it seems that people are liking the reviews. I mean, it seems the reviews are telling me that people are liking this game. It is surprisingly, it always surprises me how big this franchise actually is. We got GameSpot saying it's an 8 out of 10. We got Destructoid giving a 9.5. I mean, it seems to be a JRPG beloved franchise that I just will never play. But I'm glad that this is actually funded by Nintendo, so it's one of Nintendo's big tentpole releases. People don't. I personally don't think of Xenoblade Chronicles and then think, oh, that's a Nintendo game, but it's like 100%.
Yeah.
It's 100% a Nintendo game.
Was it ever on PSP or PS Vita? No, never.
I think it was on PS2 at some point. I think Xenoblade Chronicles 1, if I'm not mistaken. Goals PS2. Blah, 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 blah. Actually, no. No, those games were. I think there's like adjacent franchises, but I think those games have always been Nintendo games. You're right.
Shit.
So apparently those games do really well for them, and they keep funding them. So good on them. Never gonna play it.
Yeah.
Here's one that I am very excited for, even though I do not own a PS5. PS5 is getting 1440p support. This is a big deal because a lot of people like playing on their monitors. Not a lot of people want to play on their big old screen TVs, and there is no such thing as a giant TV that's 1440p. You're either getting 1080p or you're getting 4K, and there's nothing in the middle. So having the access to finally play 1440p means that people are getting their true resolution. Now PS5 owners get a different. This legitimately gives you a different avenue for performance. So now developers can start saying like, hey, this game, we're gonna run this game at a native resolution of 1440, but that allows us to get a slightly higher resolution than 1080, but also we get to keep the performances of a not 4K game. So we get to still run this at 60, but with a slightly higher resolution, which is like, it's just great. That's just good news overall.
You just attach a mouse and keyboard to the picture, and then you can almost pretend you're a PC player now.
Oh, you can almost. I'm not gonna rag on people too much about the PC stuff because goddamn is that shit still expensive. So if you have PS5, PS5 is a fucking great machine. Still think it's a great machine. So it's whatever.
Yeah,
I don't own one, but it's still cool.
I play it about once every 7 months.
For Horizon. It's still wild to me that you're a PC dude now. It still weirds me out.
Here I am, baby. Playing fucking Multiverse for free.
Never mind. Xbox is getting Discord support, but surprise, it's clunky. I don't. I've read that. When I read that article, I was like, of course it is. Of course it's clunky. Because you can't just make it normal. Like it just has to be fucking weird. Let me see if they demonstrate real quick. To access the feature, players need to select Try Discord Voice on Xbox from within the Parties and Chats menu. They'll then be asked to link their Discord account to their Xbox. Microsoft has published Discord FAQ.
Okay.
So you're going into a party chat, you're creating a Discord connection within that party chat, and then you can't just willy-nilly pick another voice channel. You all have to, in that same friend group, be a part of the same Xbox party and the same Discord thing. So you got to be Xbox friends and Discord friends from the sounds of it. I could be wrong there, right? I haven't tried it. I don't have an Xbox next to me, but
that sounds a little annoying. I can see that.
I wanna hope that I'm wrong because the whole point of Discord being a useful tool is for convenience, and also if we're playing a cross-play game, like if you're playing on PC and I'm playing on Xbox, or you're playing on PS5 and I'm playing on Xbox, the point of Discord is to bridge the gap between these platforms so that you can have an easier way to talk.
Exactly.
This sounds like it's just getting in the way again. It's halfway there.
If I join a server, am I only going to talk to my Xbox friends?
That's what the fuck is the point of that? Yeah. Now, I could be wrong. Again, I could just be misinterpreting that. I don't have one in front of me, but if that's the case, that's sad. If it isn't the case, but it's still hard, they should fix that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Steam, proving once again that PC is the shit, is adding support for the god-awful Nintendo 64 controllers. These are the controllers that you can get on this Nintendo Switch Online store.
Was it USB Nintendo 64?
Mm-hmm.
What was really?
Yeah. The Nintendo sells it. They support it. I actually my main controller that I use is actually a Nintendo Switch Pro controller. This is what I use on PC because Steam supports it and it works for me.
God bless you.
I like it. It's a good controller.
I fucking hate that controller.
You're crazy. You're nuts. We're not gonna have this debate. So yeah, they added that. I just want to throw that in there. It's very interesting since we had like basically a Sony platform update, an Xbox platform update, and now a PC platform update. The big one, probably, there's two big ones. GTA 6 rumored to be set in Miami. GTA rumored to have a female protagonist as the lead.
I heard there's a Latina protagonist in Grand Theft Auto.
That'd be fucking cool.
She's gonna be out here slicing everybody's tires. Say, nah, I'm playing.
Two protagonists total. I'm assuming the other dude would probably be a guy. And as a little cherry on top, working conditions seemingly have improved at Rockstar. Now, this report is coming from Bloomberg's Jason Schreier. He is known to pretty much break these big old stories all the time.
Yeah.
Supposedly, if I recall, I believe they were setting for a 2026 release date. Let me double check that real quick. 2024 or 2025 is where they're looking to anchor their release date. I'm not going to think about this game too much as well. I'm just glad they're doing it, right? And of course they're doing it. It's the biggest game they have. But like,
yeah,
not gonna think too much about it.
I heard that they were like had some controversy over like what they can and cannot do now in today's fucking super soft age where any little tiny thing they do is offensive.
Yeah.
So they have to like pass through like a really strong filter system and have meetings about what, listen, like, is this going too far? Your fucking game is called Grand Theft Auto. It's a fucking crime. Like you can't just eliminate these fans that have been with you for the longest and you're fucking, you know what I mean, having sex with prostitutes and then killing them right after. That's like a stamp for the whole legacy. We need this game to be the voice of just do whatever the fuck you want. Let's be that crime sandbox.
I think
you've always been that type of game.
I think they will. I still don't think that they're going to shy away from it, like from that kind of stuff. I just think that they're going to approach it in a different manner. Like there's new things to make fun of, and there's new things that are like okay to basically be a shitbag about in Grand Theft Auto. Like I'm pretty confident in their ability to pull that off, because it's not like they make a lot of money. Even in today's climate, they make a lot of money. So what does that tell them? They can still write whatever they want. People are still buying it. I don't think much is going to change.
I hope for dear God that they have a brand new engine on this game and it's not the fucking same Grand Theft Auto 5 Red Dead engine.
I don't think it will be.
Up-resed.
I don't think it will be. But I think the Red Dead engine was pretty good. But I they definitely have to be working on they have to be sitting there working on what is the engine that's going to support us for the next decade. Because you know, Grand Theft Auto 5 online,
use the same engine, but you know what I mean, at least the 2.0 version, like a really good up-res.
They've been working on this game according to this article since 2014. So like I know that they've been working on this thing for a long time. Like there's I'm confident in them being able to do what they're going to do. I'm just not going to think about it too much because, goddamn, that's 3 to 4 years from now.
It's a long fucking way. Yeah. What the fuck are we even doing talking about this right now? Why is this making headlines? You know what I mean? We're too far away.
Yeah. I'm not going to really think about this. Here's one that is a little more timely, a little more devastating. The KOTOR remake is in trouble. This is being developed by the development studio Aspyr. They did a couple KOTOR actually ports on iOS. They did a lot of different port work across the years. I think they've been open since like the late 90s.
Yeah, I heard they used to like port games. Like if you need like your game ported to Mac, like these are the guys you call and they'll port your game to Mac. Pretty decent.
So according to this article, they were showing off their game to both Sony and Disney, and they were feeling really good about the state of the game. And that got followed by a direct fire of one of their heads of the studio. And then the game has been indefinitely delayed with no hopes of seeing release up until 2025, 2026. The reason this is crazy is because this game was slated to come out this year. Now, a game can get delayed. A lot of games got delayed this year. Starfield is an example of a game that's massive and got delayed up until 2023. So I'm not. We're in the climate. We're not really. We're not like surprised by delays, but I am surprised by a 3 to 4 year delay. That's fucking nuts. So something must be awful here. KOTOR is one of my favorite games of all time. It's on my top 10. So I'd rather, it's the game that introduced Western RPGs to me in a real manner. There's one of the first Western RPG games aside from Morrowind that I played when I moved from Puerto Rico. So like it's a big deal for me. I really don't want them to fuck it up. I'd rather never see the release if they're gonna fuck it up. I'll be honest with you. I'd rather them just not release it.
Would you want them to touch up the gameplay to make it a little smoother, or would you want to keep the same gameplay the way it was?
It's hard to ask me that because I can still play the old one and be perfectly fine. Like I do not like I love that game. So this is like probably the most important Star Wars game in the industry. I can't imagine any other Star Wars game that comes even close to touching this game as far as its importance. It was the game that gave BioWare its legs in the mainstream market. We're talking about the same BioWare that did Dragon Age and Mass Effect. They became huge studios after this game. So this game is a big fucking deal. That's why it's sad to see the studio that finally got a chance to just, I don't know what happened, but clearly something bad happened in the middle of that. So
maybe you just had a difference in opinion on game direction. Maybe they got a little too ambitious.
Right. Who knows? But we won't know for a very, very long time. And the other complication here is that Sony's definitely was funding this game. So
they announced it for release, which is kind of like
it's even weirder. Like for me, as an old head now who originally played this game, was a Xbox exclusive, like for the Xbox original. So like
it's a weird time right now, man. A lot of these titles are like switching over, fanboys being fucking let down left and right.
Yeah, it weirds me out. It weirds me out just thinking like
it's a bad time if you're a console fanboy because you're seeing all your heroes go to the other side.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, not that companies didn't do that all the time anyway, but like, damn, like it just feels weird seeing KOTOR being a PS5. Thankfully, it
almost like everybody after COVID, it's like everybody's just selling their titles and their companies to the highest bidder now.
Yeah,
it's so weird. Weird time to be alive.
Returnal definitely coming to PC. This is not much of a story. We've known this for a while. But there's more listings coming up. And the Steam database showed up that Returnal is coming to PC, and it's also like verified to work on the Steam Deck. So this not really much to say here.
That game's gonna kill on PC. It's such a solid feeling game. I can just see it right now with like mouse and keyboard. It's gonna do very well.
I was skeptical about that game when it first came out, but after seeing a lot of gameplay videos, I'm actually sold on it. And you've sold me on it too. So I'm excited to play that. I keep bringing Sony games to PC for the love of God. Speaking of Sony games, the great wait for the remake of Last of Us for PC shouldn't be too long. They didn't really say anything concrete here other than, hey, very soon after the PS5 release of the remake, we're going to release it on PC, which is like the least surprising thing ever.
Do you know if it's going to be at the same price point for PS5? Because I believe they're charging us $70 for the remake, which is kind of crazy. It's $70.
I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, so let's talk about that. Horizon Zero Dawn is $60.
70. For PC?
For PC, right?
Oh, okay.
And we're not talking about Forbidden West because that hasn't come out.
Right.
God of War 2018. I bought that for $49.99, so $50.
Fair.
That's an old game, right? But they can charge that new money for the port work. I paid $60 to pre-order a 2018 Spider-Man game. That's like you can find that game for $10.
Are they charging $60 for the game?
Yeah, you can find that game for $10 on PS4 or PS5. But like,
so you're not paying $70 for a PC game, pretty much.
Well, the thing is, we don't know that.
Not you personally, but I'm saying like, are there any games that are like just brand new coming out for $70 price points
on PC?
Because I think Elden Ring when it came out was $60 too, if I'm not mistaken.
60. Now the thing is,
for the basic version,
we haven't seen a PS5 exclusive game that then gets ported to PC released, and I bet they'll charge that 70. I bet they will. The reason I say that
God of War was not a you're right. It's not a PS5 exclusive game.
They're only charging that 70 price tag for a PS5 exclusive game, not a PS4 and PS5. So like,
true.
I bet when we get to the point where we're abandoning the PS4, I bet we'll start seeing $70 price tags on Steam. A reason for that is, hey, that fucking Final Fantasy game, that's totally a PS5 exclusive.
Which
like
one?
The
16?
The Final Fantasy 7
Oh, the
retrograde remake, right? But the PS5 version of it, because they came out with a PS5 SKU, that's $70 on Steam. That's 100% $70 on Steam. And I'm curious about that game, and I want to play that game.
I actually bought that game,
but $70 is a lot of money. So like, I hesitate when I see 70. Like, I'm like, God damn, that's a lot of
Tell
fucking
me about
bread.
it. It's a toxic pattern. I understand in a way, like they feel like they need to make more money going. I mean, not that they're already making enough fucking buku bucks with microtransactions and support, but it's kind of sad to see the standard price of these things go up. You know what I mean?
Consistently.
It's like, what else is in store for us? You know what I mean?
Because people don't add the fact that, like, yeah, games have been 60 for a while, but like, how many times have we at this point paid for a battle pass, have paid for DLC, microtransactions?
Okay, but this also has room for like bundles and like not game of the year editions, but like the next tier up, like God of War Ragnarok edition is now, it's gonna be, instead of $100, might be $130. Just because fuck it, inflation.
and then you're like, but then you like, as a console player specifically, you're also factoring in like, well, you're gonna have PS Plus to some extent. You're gonna have Game Pass. You're gonna have Xbox Live. Those are added costs. People don't really think about. They think added. Think.
Getting hungry.
Hey, Oswell.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Hey.
Yeah, we're live.
That was fucking scary.
That was horrifying.
We're here. We're back.
So, the Sony prices, there's a consoles, everything's expensive, inflation.
Shit's got so inflated. Who gave us a little fucking?
My PC was like, "You talking shit, bitch? You want to buy me again?"
Yeah, for real.
Okay. Okay. We almost lost 2 hours of recording right there. So I hope to never experience what that pain feels like.
Thank God for MKV files.
Jesus, man. I love you, MKV. I love you, MKV. I love you, open source. The funny thing is, we were almost done. Last thing we were going to talk about, since we're in the mood to talk about prices recently, Sony refuses to be drawn on whether it could raise the price of the PS5. Now, this is a normally ludicrous statement. When have you heard of a console just getting more expensive? I can't think of a single moment in my gamer lifetime that I've seen something like that happen. And the only reason...
Wait, what is the headline? Is they're contemplating, or is like internal discussions going on?
No. Well, the headline is Sony refuses to be drawn on whether it could raise the price of the PS5. And then the sub-headline is, it recently raised prices on a range of consumer electronics in light of the global chip shortage. Now, this is not the first company that has done that within the past few weeks. The weird and the most relevant one when it comes to the gaming universe, this bubble that we talk about all the time. If you remember the Oculus Quest, now known as the Meta Quest, that went up in price, and I could be mistaken here, but I believe from $349.99 to $449.99. That is a year and a half, close to 2 year headset.
So I'm looking right here on the official Oculus website. It's saying MetaQuest 2 will cost $399 USD and $499 USD for the 128 gigabytes and 256 gigabytes versions, respectively.
Yep.
And it includes this package with Beat Saber. Woo!
Yay! A freaking super old VR game.
This is a pretty significant fucking price hike. Shit.
That's pretty considerable. And when you start thinking about the fact that we are totally in a recession, we're like absolutely, positively in a recession.
And you're fucking Meta, one of the richest companies in the goddamn universe right now.
Yeah. So Sony has done a couple of raising of their own prices when it comes to a range of consumer electronics, including things like cameras, Blu-ray players, home theater systems, headphones, speakers, and many other things that Sony makes that aren't video game related.
Sheesh. Inflation is among us, slapping us in the fucking face everywhere we turn.
Yep. So it's a relevant question to ask. And it's a relevant question to ask as a consumer because we are soon going to start being expected to basically eat and brunt some of these costs that the manufacturers are having to do due to chip shortages, due to inflation rates, due to, you know, a number of things, supply chain issues, etc. So it's just something to bring up and something to sort of realize. This could very well change the market depending on how long this recession, how long this inflation.
Oh, this ain't going back down.
No. This could change, and this is where a service like Game Pass, you start looking at Game Pass, you start looking at Sony's offering of a monthly subscription service, and you start seeing, for better or worse, people going like, well, I'm not buying a $70 game, but I will pay $150 to $200 a year for a subscription service. So I don't have to worry about that. And that's the equivalent of maybe at $70, 3 games a year. Instead of getting 3 games, I can get hundreds of games a year. Stuff like that is what I start thinking of like.
Almost like if that's their true intention to really get everybody to get into those services. You know what I mean?
I'm sure, number one, I'm sure that Microsoft would love if everybody just went on Game Pass. But I think some of this stuff is out of their control, and some of this stuff is totally by design. Which parts of that are, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what conspiracy to raise there. But like, yeah, no, it's weird. It's weird, and it makes me again more and more.
The Oculus. This is actually a good opportunity for Sony for their PSVR 2 headset, because a lot of people are complaining that it's not a true wireless headset. It's going to be a wired headset, like a VR headset.
Well, that's another question. What is Sony going to charge for this?
Well, this is a possibly advantageous moment for Sony because now they can come out and look like the good guys out here, while Oculus is out here charging $500 fucking dollars. You could come out here and be like, "Hey, look, we're charging $349," and they're gonna look like the fucking heroes and possibly sell a good amount of units at that price.
Yeah.
So this is a potential good news for Sony. I would say
it would be best for. It would be best for the consumer, obviously, right? If the headset is cheaper, but it would also be best for the VR market, which is like, quite frankly, seems to be dwindling every day. So like,
it's having like a little slow motion snowball effect. It's getting bigger and bigger, but it's taking a while. You know what I mean?
Like,
but it's
giving people,
it's consistent,
giving users an easy entry point with an easy price point to come into that. Like, especially with something like, I would say like, regardless of how you feel about the PSVR headset, I bet it's the one that the most casuals know. Like, I bet PSVR is the headset that actually most casual people played. I bet most people didn't actually play. In comparison, right? They don't know what the fuck a Steam Index is. They probably don't. They've heard of an Oculus, but a lot of people had PS4s just in their living room, so that it's probably easier for them to get into that. It's probably a more social way for you to do that. I think it's good for the VR industry, and I think it's good that Sony's like one of the only platform holder. It sets them apart to do that. Like, Microsoft isn't doing that, and Sony and Nintendo isn't doing that. So it's a good way for them to differentiate themselves from the market. The question is, do they take it? Do they just follow the market and go like, well, everything's more expensive now, here's $500? I think that's a mistake. You don't want to release a peripheral that costs as much as your console. That's crazy. It's just crazy.
If they charge $500, they're gonna fumble the fucking ball. It's not gonna do that well. It's gonna sell so fucking slowly.
$349 is about where I would imagine.
That's a hot menu item right there. That's a hot ticket. If they could push it to, I mean, that's $350 is beautiful. $400, I understand. And it would still do well, I believe, at $399.
I would rather $350. I just don't ever want a peripheral to match the price of any console, and they have a console for $400. So I don't want any of it to match the same price. It just seems crazy.
I don't know. It could be a good thing or a bad thing, but so for the Oculus, you have internal memory. For this one is wired, so I guess the memory will be based on the storage of your console, or you know what I mean. You could always expand it too, which is kind of a good thing. So it won't be priced accordingly to memory, which is kind of a good thing too.
Okay. Well, hopefully they do some price cutting measures and they get that entryway. But that, well, that about wraps it up. This has been a very busy episode. I'm very glad that.
No, this has been a very bizarre episode.
This is weird, lovely episode. I loved it. I loved all of it. I love the scare. I thought we wasted 2 hours of motherfucking footage, but we're good. We're good. We didn't have to summon Birdman and go to the mountains. We're fucking good, baby. So, as always, you can reach out to us on Instagram and let me know if I'm dropping the ball here, Hostwell.
Yes.
The Lazy Jay-Z Show, or is it Lazy Jay-Z Show? There's something.
I'll double check for you right now.
Let's pull that up.
We're still in early pre-production stages. Bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. It is Lazy Jay-Z Show. LAZYJZSHOW.
Okay, that's all I need to know. On Twitter, on Instagram, and on YouTube. If you search for Lazy Jay-Z Show, you should be able to find us, follow us, add us. Click the little notification icon in the YouTube channel so you can get alerts as to when we release content. And you can also reach out to us at lazyjzshow@gmail.com for any questions or concerns. X-nay on the concerns, more on the questions. Other than that, I'm shooting to try to get one done next week. We're adults. I don't know what's gonna happen. I could be in Virginia again, caught up in a fucking hotel room of hell. I have no idea. But I'm hoping to give you this content by next week. We'll see.
Yeah. I'll say we're getting the ball rolling pretty good here.
We're figuring it out. Well, it's been fucking amazing recording with you, and I'm about to hit the stream ending. You got anything else you want to add before I hit that stream ending scene?
No, we're looking forward to more episodes. I think it's going pretty good. Technical stuff aside, I'm excited. And bang bang.
Bang bang. hopefully in a coming month I can really have a green screen back here showing Dreamcast 1999 E3, which is really where I lived and died. I died in 1999. So anyway, thank you all for joining the Lazy Jay-Z Show. I'm super happy we got this episode 2 done, and I'm nervous, and I'm gonna end it now. See ya.
Peace.